Hey, welcome everybody. I've just got a little video here on some of the basics of solo guitar playing. Playing one piece on an acoustic guitar or a nylon string guitar or electric guitar, but having a separate bass line, a melody, and bits in between. So a lot of people think of that as being in three-dimensional or 3D guitar, right? So we're going to start out looking at a tune called Here, There, and Everywhere, and I'm just going to look at about like 6 measures at the most. And if you do that, if you get these ideas together, you'll be able to work on the whole tune. So we start out with something like this, right? And what I do there is to get to the next phrase, I use my natural breath, right? Because to lead a better life, for the lyrics, Paul sings there, Paul McCartney, I inhale and then exhale this line. So 2 things I'm doing there. I'm letting this melody note ring, right? I need my love to be here, and that's going to keep ringing, right? Because he doesn't stop it right away when he changes chords. And then this, slight retard on the end there, right? So you get breathing between the first 2, and then a slight retard at the end. So here's what it sounds like. Okay, getting into the actual verse now. A couple things here. So the other important thing is that a lot of times, just as we saw, your melody and your bass line don't necessarily, like whatever fingering you're using to play that, they don't necessarily move together. You know, you're not playing out of a chord. Some songs are based on chords and some songs are not based on chords. Some songs are based more on a bass line and a melody line, and you have to figure out how to play those together. So that's more about what we have in the second half here. So we're going to take a look at just the beginning of the verse, right? He starts out. It's just here, he's singing here, right? But now this part. Now that's going to keep ringing into the next part. All right, so if I play that together, it's going to sound like this. So you can see that when I do this part, that's going to keep ringing until I play this melody note, right? And that's going to keep ringing over this. So a couple things there. You've got bass line and melody moving at different times, which is, I guess, the flip side to the coin of where everything is just out of a chord shape. So 2 or 3 things that you can work on there, right? Playing your bass line like it's the only thing you're playing your melody line like it's the only thing you're playing, and then accompaniment in there. So that's the 3D guitar. We talked about using your own breath for phrasing. There's a retard, letting melody notes ring out. And then in the second part, into the verse, we saw that the melody sometimes doesn't move when the bass moves, or sometimes it's got a ring and you put a new bass line down when you let that melody ring in the top. So that's independent fingering, right? Independent voices. So I hope if you're interested in this style, I hope this helps, and enjoy. Cheers.